Hello, hi, how are you today? I'm Patricia McNeely, an illumined blue ray twin flame from Chicago, Illinois. I hope you're doing well. It's been some intense energy, and as some of you may be aware, we have just come through this fiery Lionsgate energy and quite a bit of darkness for some people. Now, some people have concluded. So some of you are doing what I call the finishing of the conclusion. I didn't understand that right away myself several years back. I actually got really upset once, and I would say, I thought I was finished with this. And what it is that you conclude something, and yet you have to finish your part in it. You have to literally take yourself out or get it out of you. So for some of you, you are finishing the conclusion here. And there is sometimes that grace period energy where it enables people to gracefully conclude, exit, and so forth. So today what I'm going to talk to you about is this full moon coming up this week on August 18th. Yesterday, on the 13th, Saturn went direct. Now, we have a couple of interesting things going on with these energies. As I spoke about several videos ago, we've got 5 planets retrograde this year. So we're going into this third quarter of the year here. And the month of August, it's an 8. So August is an 8, or turned on its side. It's another one of those closings and juncture points of your infinity symbols with your twin flame. What this full moon is, it is a full moon. And we're heading into some other eclipses. This is what is called an almost eclipse. This is where the sun, the moon, and earth are in an alignment, but there actually is no eclipse visible. So in other words, the shadow of Earth is not on the moon. Now, the way that I am feeling this is we are not allowing Earth things to limit our decisions or limit our actions in the future. We are not letting those shadowy things, the gray areas, the things that we know need finishing or that we're able to close the door on. Now, this Lionsgate, this was a doozy for some people. This is where you're going to firmly be able to close that gate. And it's going to throw some people off because it's been very confusing energy. That confusing energy has been from July. This is July 29th, when Uranus-Pluto started to go retrograde. Uranus retrograde. This is some of that energy that is highly intellectual, overthinking, overanalytical. Now, this is also that energy. This is a masculine energy. Saturn is a masculine energy. And I don't mean men. I mean the masculine part that upholds things, gets things done. It's part of the electric energy. It's part of the new electric energy. But finishing old business was a large part of this. Saturn is here to help restructure it and take actions, further actions. Uranus-Pluto, we've come through several things here. This energy is sorting things out. It's going to be strange things. This is going to also be new and revolutionary ideas, concepts, ways to do something. This is going to be what comes out of the high intelligence and through the cosmos of solutions for things. This is where some of the new inventions or devices. So if you were to take a person, who has some of this energy, Steve Jobs, founder of Apple Computer, and mind you, he's not the only one. He's like the front guy. He's the face of Apple, okay? But he said, hey, I can make these devices and everyone's going to want to carry them around. And like what has happened with the light bulb, television, radio, people said, you're crazy. You're crazy. Who's going to buy that? Who's going to invest in it? Who's going to front you the money for it? And you're not crazy. There, I said it. We're not crazy. We're not crazy people. We are not crazy angels. Okay? That's a lot of what is getting out here, is all of the weirdness and the strangeness. Okay? Albert Einstein, that's another one. I actually saw a show recently where they've actually kept cross-sections, slides of his brain, and they said his brain was like, the tissues of his brain were actually like those of a 20-year-old man at the time he died. So, I think it's weird in and of itself, but hey, it gives a lot of the geeky, nerdy people something to think about, because these messages are coming through every venue. This is planet-wide. This is coming up for everyone. So remind yourself of that, because you are converging and you are streaming your consciousness together with your twin flame. It might look on the surface like you're speaking two different languages, but it's your heart that you're connecting and reconnecting and bringing up and shoving things out and being able to, move on with things. So this is also going to be family breakups. Now, the sense of family goes beyond your immediate biological family. Some people may not know who their biological family is. This is your lineage. This is your angelic lineage. A lot of you have concluded your genetic lineage, and you're working on the spiritual lineage, damage, illnesses. So this is going to be mentalities, beliefs, superstitions. This might be things that you were taught as a child. A lot of people, depending on what culture you come from, you were taught certain things. And it's all breaking up. This is also some of the dark stuff in families. And this is so that you can have new relationships. This could be people that you consider your soul family. And all of a sudden they seem like they turn on you, or they don't agree with you, or somehow you're not having a meeting of the minds. That's a good thing. You're not intended to click your heads together ever again. You're intended to feel each other, really feel. But the person that you will be feeling in a very intrinsic, deep inside way is your twin flame. Please don't forget that. So along with these family breakups, there are going to be issues of money. Who's got the money? Who's holding the money? Who's tying up the purse strings? Who's restricting the flow? Who's restricting the flow of, and what does it have to do with love and money? These things are getting resolved, because people they will say on the surface, I love that person, and what they mean is, I love that they pay the bills. I love that they're responsible. I love that they take care of me. I love this, that. Is there passion there? No. Is there any kind of love other than what the Greeks would call brotherly love? No. And yet, there it is. They're being held hostage in their own prison at this point. So, from the June solstice, and actually for Blu-rays this started back in March, we had the solstice in June, turning point. We had quite a few of revolutionary energies in July. And as I talked about this, those of you with family and children may have felt estranged from them, even if you were living with them, or feeling no connection to your origins. And that's normal for this process. However, the new relationship means that you will be able to feel. You might feel them as people that are afraid, people that are living in their own box, people that maybe just haven't woken up yet. So it's important to be kind at all times, because there you once were. You possibly were that person at some point. This August new moon, this was the one where, coupled with this Uranus-Pluto retrograde, this is everything out of the dark, things that have been swept under the rug. And in families, this is going to be some weird stuff, the kind of stuff that you don't want the neighbors to know, the kind of stuff that you don't want to tell anyone. And the good news is, you don't have to confess it to anyone. You don't have to tell others your pain. This energy is here to remove it. It's really weird while you go through it. It may be things having to do with weird sexual twists. This is the stuff that torments the mind. This is the, staying in this energy. Someone can feel tormented. This is Vincent van Gogh staying in it, where he's like, oh, I can't stand it. I'm hearing, but I'm going to cut off my ear. I'm just going to cut off my ear and that'll fix it. Well, it doesn't get fixed that way. We can't hack off our body parts. We are not giving up parts of ourselves anymore. This is the energy where everything is coming back to the rightful owner. Heart and soul is coming back to each other. And so, swept under the rug. Well, the rug is being pulled out from people. It's whoop. We're going to just pull that rug right out. There you go. Whoop. We yanked it out. Because sometimes the universe actually takes care of this. We're hoarding the money, we're saving for our retirement, and we're just going to lead a quiet life, and then quiet desperation, and, I don't know, I'll have a little thingy in the side, and I'll just get drunk on the beach, and, and now I've got to take, some medications, and nobody understands me, and you start feeling like this, and then something happens. And all of a sudden, the money needs to get spent for something else, unexpectedly. And this energy is not intended to teeter you. That is what Saturn is bringing here. Saturn is an 8. Saturn is connected to the world. And the world is every element. It is fire, all of the fiery energies, all of the airy, breathy energies, the watery emotional energies, and the earthy energies, the elemental, making peace with all of these things. So a lot of you have been spending time mending your internal fences and making peace with things. And the love. Okay, so this is a balance of love. This is getting rid of power plays, less than, more than, that the grass is greener on the other side of my union because look at what they have. And then that twin is looking and saying, hey, you're footless and fancy free. You're not tied down to all these responsibilities I have. Well, you've got this and this. And, these kind of power plays or a perception that there's an imbalance is leaving us. Okay? This is also energy that changes things, but it's change with progress. This is where things progress and solutions begin to come forward. This is, now, I would say 2 years ago, Saturn would be helping you balance your spiritual with the material, but it's beyond that, especially for Blu-ray people. This is your essence with the elemental, with the cosmic ethereal, your stardust, your progeny. That's what you're balancing. You're balancing your essence with the physical human as well. That's you and your other. This is also sense, using the sense that you have where you're like, hey, does that make sense? Or that doesn't really make sense. I think I will say no or push off of it. Very important. This is putting your skills to work. And this is self-discipline. Okay, Saturn requires self-discipline. This is saying no to certain things. It is when you say no to some things that you say yes to your union. And that is an important thing to implement. Okay? I want to tell you love awaits. These are all the things that have been in the closet, and I don't mean just gay or lesbian or transgender people. They've already been coming out of the closet, leading the way. And yes, I'm going to say it again, gay twin flames exist, lesbian twin flames exist, transgender twin flames exist. I don't say bisexual because every spectrum of your sexuality is within. You've been exploring it in lifetimes. But your connections are only packed into 2 bodies. There's only 2. It's not in 5. It's not in a group anymore. That is why the soul family breakups are occurring. Okay? Because what you may not know, and this is coming out with, for example, ethnic pain bodies. Okay? You can have some people where they've been attacked and decimated, their villages, or, stuff that's happened with the triangle trade, where, we have a living example of this with our president of the United States, the current president. So the current president is actually, he's both. He's both. And he's probably a lot more from way back. And I remember when he was going for election, people would say, well, but he's this. And other people would say, well, but he's the other thing also. And yeah, he's from Sirius and he's a Palladian. Yes, he is. He's both. And then some. Okay, so you see where I'm going with this. It actually goes beyond race, color, shape, size, creed, national origin. Okay? Public example of the love in the sense of being a system buster. A lot of people wanted him to be the knight that comes in. He's not here to be a dictator. Many people are not here to be a dictator. That is also what we are breaking up. We are breaking up those old family patterns of one matriarch, one patriarch, and that's it for true sovereignty. Your true sovereignty means that you are king and queen unto yourself. There is no bowing down to another king somewhere. Okay? So I have a little diorama to show you to depict this. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, so, we've got a little diorama here, and we have this nice twin flame, and this is his higher essence. When we last saw him, he was pretty wounded. He was all bandaged up and couldn't get anything through his, through because there's sort of a helmet on him. And we have his twin flame over here. And people are saying, are you still carrying the torch for that person? Why are you still carrying the torch? Look at you. You're young, you're lovely. Your clock is running out. And yeah, sometimes she feels it. She feels that time in the hourglass and time is running out. And yet, they've already met each other. So his higher self is actually, he's with her. And he's saying, don't give up on me. I'm right here. I'm right here. Feel me within you. Feel me within you. I'm going back to where we left all of our things. I'm going back and I'm going through. And when I got here to This is Uranus, Pluto. I'm going to pick up all the things that I did during the war, and I'm going to drop the rocks, and I'm going to get everything that belongs to us. When I got here, there were all these astral figures blocking my way. There was Johnny Depp. He was leaning on a fish, and he was saying, "Hey there, mate, we've got what you doing here? You can't go through. You can't go back that way." And this twin was saying, "Oh yes, I can. I'm dropping everything. I'm getting rid of everything, getting it right out of me." And there was this angry one who was there until the twin realized, hey, that looks like my angry grandfather who used to curse everybody. He cursed everybody. I don't think it's serious. I think there's just a blowhard here. There's no substance here. And he fell away. And the brave spirit that he is, because why? Why? He's here in this tunnel. This is the tunnel of love, although neither one of them he knows it, he's the higher essence. The clock's still ticking here. She doesn't feel well. She's really not feeling well. In fact, she's feeling sick. She's feeling flat out of energy. She is tired. She's bored. She can't have fun with anything. All of her pink fluff has deflated. It's deflated. It's not pink and fluffy anymore. Nothing's fun for her anymore. She tries to meditate, but all she can do is think of him. Now, where she has to stop herself is to stop wondering and to stop believing that nothing is happening just because she can't feel what's going on in the tunnel. But here he is. And he has brought all of their beautiful rainbow essence, okay? And he's saying to her, he is saying to her, I've brought all of our stuff. I heard you. When I met you, something in me activated. Something. And I started to go back to all these places because that's what the masculine energy does. Whether this is a man or it could be a woman, the masculine energy goes through the retrogrades and will bring back the essence, okay, and all of the beautiful things that they wish to bring with. All the things. Ooh, look at that. He's got all of their treasure boxes. He's got everything. Each one of these is a planetary paradigm that they're going to open up again together. What else is here? Ooh, he's got a lot of things that she loves. She loves everything that's in here. They've lovingly collected it together. And while she might seem as though she's pining away, he is saying to her, I was inspired by this song by Avicii, a Swedish man. Feel my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. Starts with him. He wants to hand her his heart back. And their heart is connected to their essence. He's done helping other people. And he is saying to her, I've come through with all of our stuff. It's everything you've wished for, my love. You've wished for all the things back that we love. It was your heart that lit me up and helped me. Your heart was guiding my way through every single step of this journey. It's us. It's always been us. It's always been us. Through every level, every dimension, every single adventure. We cannot turn off our heart. The heart light stays on. The blue rays have been lighting this up for many people. And we have created the pathways. So they never will get lost. It takes staying in the heart, keeping your heart light on, keeping yourself light, keeping yourself from wondering, keeping yourself in faith and trust. And when you do so, even though it's boring and she might think that her pink fluff has left her, it's all collapsed, it's hard and crusty now. I say pink fluff. This is the stuff that sometimes gets us by until, it's like cotton candy. Like, ooh, this is so lovely. Until it just really, it doesn't feel like anything more. It won't create the same thing without the connection of your twin. Never again. And his higher self was guiding her. He would say to her, lay down now. Lay down. Just rest. Rest and receive. Okay, those are the energies where we were previously in. Now it is full steam ahead. Now it is going to come the actions. This is going to be cases resolving with court, with each other. Things are going to resolve with money. This is going to be new jobs for people who may have lost their job or a job change. This is going to be careers, which are going to be the calling of your heart. And I want to say to everyone, you're all from the light. You're a light worker, whether you're a mechanic or you do hair, or you're a driver, or you are someone that does herbs, wherever you are, if you're a chef. You are the one bringing that vibe. Your body is able to vibe it more and more. That's why it's so important to discern what do you say no to, because as you can see, there are some people that were leaving where they are. She's got some things here, some habits that are getting her by, and he's got a habit that gets him by. He's best friends with Captain Morgan of Captain Morgan rum fame. And, she has, other things. And this is different for different people. I just found these, so I used them. But other people sometimes have things that get them by. That doesn't mean that they're in love with it. It means that they're stuck with it. And it's up to you to help your twin. Now, how do you best help your twin out of these situations? It is through the body. It's through your body, okay? So, as you continue here with all of the things that have been swept under the rug, okay? Swept under the rug, out of the dark, and that are popping out. And things may pop out of the woodwork where you become aware of things. This is some of the sexual weirdnesses, addiction weirdnesses, things that you may come to realize about your twin that you never really knew, and you might have things revealed. You can't falter with it. So, I'm going to be coming out with my most recent webinar. It's going to be available on my website, and also I have other webinars. If this is very new to you, You can start with the one that I have that is called How the Runner Will Return. That's a really good basic primer for helping you feel your connections on the inside. Not outside, inside. That's the key. That's important. It's critical now. You have to be able to do this. So I hope that you like this little depiction, because this couple is definitely has been in love, have always been in love throughout time and space. And this is their love story. And they're finding each other again. The next things are going to be getting acquainted with each other, really staying together, and really having some fun and adventures. And this is all races, gay and lesbian, transgender. You know, just because I have a certain depiction here doesn't mean that, you know, this is how it is all over. This is everybody. This has been an equal opportunity ascension. Now it's going to be equal opportunity, balanced and structured, resurrection, and coming home to each other. So the reunions are already happening. I have had several couples reach out and let me know they're together. And yeah, they want to be together. They're not hanging around on the internet very much. So while the internet is a tool to get some things that help you, and I certainly have quite a bit of material available on my website in the form of webinars, very reasonable. There is going to be sort of differences, and you have to stick to your own true love story. Stick to your true love story. It's your story. You're the one that's streaming in your consciousness from wherever your origins are. There are commonalities, but the batches of people that we've been expecting to come together, they've been coming together. So thanks again. Enjoy your week. Hang in here for this moon energy. It's still going to be a little weird. Keep your seatbelt nearby. Keep the oxygen mask near you. Try my webinars. Bye now.